Hey everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This time around I have some toy pickups to show you guys. I have a whole bunch of stuff here, so bear with me. This might end up being a 10-minute video. I'm going to try to blow through the first few things here quickly just because, well, it was free, but also it's just not that good. Basically, I got a whole bunch of Transformers from a garage sale for free, but most of them were in pieces, or I haven't been able to figure out what's missing or not because I haven't been able to transform them yet. Um, Simply put, this one here, it's Optimus Prime from the movie, and he looks like he has everything on him except for his feet for whatever reason. But yeah, I haven't gotten around to transforming him. I just don't know how I would do that. They're a lot more complicated than I remember them being when I used to play with Transformers when I was younger. Um, there were also two other ones here, but they're missing a lot of pieces, so I might as well not show them at all. But there was this one here, which thankfully was complete, at least in my opinion, it's complete. I couldn't find anything that was missing on this. It is this sort of airplane called Lugnut, and it has, I'm not entirely certain, but these legs here, I don't know how the hell they're supposed to close up, so I haven't been able to properly put them in place yet. But from what I can tell, this one here is complete. So I'm happy I at least got that there. Basically, this woman had the Transformers set out on her lawn for free, but I still felt bad about taking them for free, so I said, how about I give you something at least for them? And she said, no, it's okay, don't worry about it. And I was like, well, here's $2 at least. I had a toonie in my pocket, and I was like, here, just take it. And I felt bad, so I was like fine with giving her even just $2. But it's just really hard to find stuff at garage sales in Toronto, especially the closer you get to downtown. The majority of garage sales here feature old women's clothing and like little baby toys, so there really isn't much to find out there. So when I saw this stuff, I was excited initially, but I knew what I was getting into. The only other thing that I found at this garage sale, basically I should say it was a street sale, and this is the first house I went up to. The people there had a really strange story when it came to some video games that they were selling, that they had sold, I should say. Pretty much, they had sold a whole stack of video games, but they didn't know if they were cartridges or discs. Like, I asked them initially, hey, what system were the games for? They couldn't tell me, so I asked them the next most generic question I can think of: was it a disc or was it a cartridge? And they couldn't even answer that for me. So these were some really special people. But yeah, afterwards I found a bin of toys. I was looking through it, and I found a couple of different Star Wars related toys, but the only one that seemed interesting and that wasn't broken in there was this Chewbacca here. And if I remember correctly, yeah, it is from the 90s, from before Episode 1 was released. So in between the two trilogies, and he's in good condition. The only downside is he has no weapons, which is not that bad, but it would have been nice to find some weapons as well. But yeah, he's in nice condition overall, and I paid $2 for him. That was kind of a lot, but when you don't really find stuff at garage sales, throwing out $3 here or there isn't that big of a deal. Next up, I went to this store downtown called Anime Extreme, if I remember correctly. They sell manga, art books, different figures based on video games and anime, as well as these model kits for Gundam characters. And this one here is a kit from Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Destiny. And it is a super deformed or SD version of this character. Basically, I grabbed this one here. It cost $15.95, and I built him already, so I might as well just show you guys that. This is what he looks like, and I honestly forget what his name is supposed to be. So, if any of you can help me out with that, please let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, he looked pretty interesting, and I like the wings on him. And I put all the weapons on him as well. He has these sort of holder kind of thing for his weapons on the back there, and both of them sort of expand to like double their size. Basically, that one there is supposed to be like a sword, and then that one's just like a gun. But he also came with this sort of more standard gun right there, and also this sort of light shield on the side there, and it was pretty nice. And I like this generic character, the white, blue, red, and yellow character, whatever his name is. I honestly forget, but that's besides the point. I like it. I got it. I built it, and most likely I will get more in the future and build them. If I can find them cheaper, that would be great. But I mean, even these ones here for $15 to $20, it's an okay enough price. There are other ones that are significantly more expensive. Anyways, next up, I went to the Value Village that I usually go to, and I was looking around, and I really didn't find anything at all. Not even any interesting DVDs. Like, the entire section was just wiped clean. Not really wiped clean. It was dirty as hell, but like there was nothing left there except for some like workout movies, workout sort of tapes or whatever on DVD, and some children's stuff, and then just the most generic movies you can think of. But I looked through the entire store, couldn't find anything. Then I come across this toy here, and I see the stickers on it first, and I'm like, is that what I think it is? I was almost certain that it was what I thought it was going to be. And then I looked closer at it, took it out of the bag to get a better look at it, and it turned out to be what I thought it was. And it's basically the Black Frog Ninja Zord from, I forget which season or which series I should say of Power Rangers this was from, but it was from about 20 years ago, so a significantly older series. And basically this is what he looks like in the sort of frog mode, if I can get it back, because I should have showed you guys that before. That's what he looks like. And then basically he would transform to be part of the Ninja Zord, which was the Megazord of that series. And he turns into the sort of legs and lower body of the Megazord itself. And that's pretty much what it looked like when it was in the bag. And I see it, and I'm like, you know what, there's got to be more pieces to this somewhere. Like, I don't entirely see why anybody would buy just the one, and I don't know. I was hoping that there'd be another one there. Maybe the person who donated this had the other ones and donated them all together, but none of the other ones were there. But I was happy enough in finding something like this. It's not a modern Power Rangers toy, which there's just tons of them, and there's really no point in buying them. Plus, I have absolutely no I really messed up with that. Sorry. I have no interest in the recent Power Rangers at all. So I was happy to find something a little bit older when it comes to Power Ranger stuff. That's pretty much what I grew up with as a kid. I really love the Power Rangers. Just a few more items to show you guys here. Just give me a second. I went to Walmart, I believe. Yeah. I had gone to Walmart just to do some shopping, and while I was in the basement of this Walmart, where they have sort of a, how can I explain this? The electronics section, some of the clothes, but basically the basement of it has half the store in it. Just, I should forget about that stupid explanation. But they also had the toy section downstairs, and I'm looking through everything, and I go to the Amiibos first just to go and take a look, see if there is anything in there, on the off chance that I would find something. And I did find a Silver Mario Amiibo, and I already had one, and I actually found two there. So I ended up buying the one, immediately took it to a store, and got $30 cash for it, which is kind of a cruddy thing to do, but if someone's going to be charging $70 for an Amiibo, I might as well profit out of it. So I went ahead, bought this Amiibo, sold it off to the store immediately, and made $12 profit on it, because in Canada they're $15.99 plus tax is $18. So $12 profit for just a couple of minutes was good enough for me. But I also found these here. They are the World of Nintendo Microland figures, and these are from series 1-2. And they're all new Super Mario Bros. U branded. The boxes themselves aren't in the best condition, but oh well, I'm happy to find these. I really like these World of Nintendo toys, and a lot of them lately have been really good. This first set here has Propeller Mario, Magic Koopa, and Buzzy Beetle. Next up is Fire Luigi, Dry Bones, and Boo. And the last one is Morton Koopa, Penguin Mario, and Cheep Cheep. And these were all, I believe, $6 each, approximately $6. Walmart does a crazy pricing thing where their prices just have weird sort of cents at the end of it. So instead of being something common like, say, $5.99 or $6.49 or $6.99, it'll be like $6.38 or like $5.48 or something else with an 8 at the end of it. But I was happy to find these ones here. I have already seen stores here in the city charging crazy prices for these things. I've seen some of them selling at $15, $20, and even $40 for some of these, and I'm just really disgusted by that. But like, what can you do? Stores are gonna try to gouge people no matter what, and they're gonna claim that it's because they have overhead to worry about, but that doesn't mean that you can just charge whatever you want and hope that you'll be able to actually sell it at that price. Anyways, sorry that this video's getting kind of long here. I promise this is the last item here. I actually got this just today at EB Games. I was actually sort of surprised when I saw this. I didn't expect to see anything like this. But basically, about 15 to 20 years ago, I should say, if I remember correctly, there were these little keychain things that were in the shape of a Game Boy, and they would play very basic sort of Game Boy games. And I go to the EB Games today to pre-order a game. I pre-ordered, what did I pre-order? Persona Dance something. Either way, that'll be for another video in the future. But I was looking around the store and I found this here. It was the last one they had. I don't know if there are any other versions of this, but it is the Nintendo Mini Classics Mario's Cement Factory keychain game thing. It's pretty much in the shape of a Game Boy Pocket, but it's not actually like Game Boy branded or even have a screen that's like the same shape as a Game Boy. But it is officially licensed by Nintendo, and I don't know. When I saw this, I knew that I had to get it, and it was $10 there. $10 is a little much, but you know what? When you love Nintendo stuff and you see something like this that reminds you of your childhood, you kind of feel compelled to buy it, even if you're paying $10 for a keychain. But yeah, I'm very happy that Nintendo put out something like this, or at least licensed it out to another company to produce. Most likely licensed it out. But yeah, that's basically what I got. A couple of different Nintendo toys, one more Gundam, Power Rangers Megazord figure, and a couple of disappointing Transformers, and just garage sale disappointment there. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below. And that's it. See ya.